So I've talked about it before here on this channel, but Jed MacKay, this man right here, is probably one of my favorite writers at Marvel right now. What this man has done since he took over Moon Knight has obviously been chef's kiss. But then in 2023, they gave this man the Avengers run after Jason Aaron, which between both titles eventually led to last summer's event, Blood Hunt, which means after that success, he could not be stopped, so they gave him the X-Men after the Fall of Krakoa for Rise from the Ashes. In all honesty, there was a serious gap after Donny Cates left Marvel in terms of the creative storytelling for all these characters that have been around for so long. And I'm very glad that Jed is getting the opportunity to fill that gap. I mean, let's just look at the accomplishments of what he's done with all these characters. He got the X-Men and the Avengers to finally patch some things up, which is great because we need these two teams to be supporting each other. And honestly, that work started before he took over the X-Men, because while he was writing the Avengers during the Fall of Krakoa, I kept asking myself, where are the Avengers? The mutants are literally being eradicated right now, and they're going through a genocide. Where are the Avengers? And because of Tony's work and marriage to Emma Frost, there was a little bit of a game plan going on here. And I love this because Captain Marvel is like, when are we gonna go? And Tony said, I told y'all to wait. We needed the perfect time to strike. Now is the time to strike. And of course he didn't stop there, because then at that point he made sure that when Thor gets kicked off the team because of all the issues he's going with, he has Captain America ask Storm to join the team specifically for that mutant representation. And I know you all heard about the crash out that Scott had recently in X-Men number 11, where he tells the US government that he's been ready to die for this crap since he was 14 years old. But then goes a step further to remind everybody that he regularly puts in back shots on the actual embodiment of creation. And she may be late for dinner, but she'll be home in a second if she feels this man die. He's also been doing work to fix Black Panther's reputation, especially after the abysmal work that John Ridley did to him. And that includes fixing his relationship with Sam Wilson, Captain America. Side note, I appreciate that comic books have been giving us more back shots of the men, but can someone tell me why T'Challa is double cheeked up the way he is? Man's just out here putting poor Sam to shame. Like, he may have the mantle of Captain America, but he certainly did not get the mantle of America's ass. They just don't make them like they do in the motherland. Back to what I was talking about in fixing Black Panther's reputation, because John really also messed up the relationship between Storm and T'Challa, and right now T'Challa's on the run. I'm joking, I kid, he's actually on a mission, but it just so happens to coincide when Storm joins the team. But because it's referenced here in the Avengers, I have no doubt that Jed is going to take the steps to potentially fix that. And yes, I know Storm just recently had her fling with Wolverine again, but it's Black History Month and I'm still going to hold out hope for my brother. But out of everything that Jed has been doing, I also just have to point out the man is also funny. Which brings me to Avengers issue 23, in which Kang the Conqueror needs a thief's help to steal something from the Grand Master. And during her monologue on the first page, she's talking about, oh, right over here, yeah, he gave me a real great pitch. Like, I know I'm supposed to be kind of a hero, but he gave me a great pitch. And what is that great pitch, you ask? It's the fact that Kang the Conqueror had basically all the time and space to choose any thief that he wants, and for some reason he went to Felicia. Flattery. That's all it took. Also, it must be said before I keep moving on, you all saw my video about Peter and Felicia getting back together potentially. If Peter don't stop fumbling this bag for Mary Jane, if he don't stop fumbling. But of course, Kang and Felicia aren't doing it alone. So they hire a few bodyguards, but these bodyguards come with some weird abilities. And that includes this little monstrosity right over here, this giant floating baby, which is called Joy Boy. Joy Boy apparently has the ability to take your deepest wishes and make them reality. And of course, he's over here attacking Iron Man. So you may be asking yourself, what is Tony's deepest wish? Oh, I know you see it. I know you see over here what Tony's deepest wish is. And then speaking of weird powers, like Storm gets attacked over here by like some space vomit, which is rather gross. So when Carol pulls her out of it later, she mentions that Storm is not going to be happy that she got her hair wet. Which, if you know Storm, this is a deep callback to the fact that Storm loves her hair and does not play games when it comes to it. As we see in this issue from Fantastic Four number 547, in which the Thing thought her hair was a weave. So to prove him wrong, she tells him to pull her hair. And then spends the rest of the panels while he's talking to Black Panther, holding her about 2 to 3 feet off the ground. And then lastly, our shot of Tony dressed up as Steve, because again, that's his deepest wish, punching the giant floating baby. Tony over here talking about this is rock bottom, it can't get any better. Tony, baby, it absolutely can. And then besides the funny, he also is just over here casually just adding stuff to the overall canon of Marvel, including Scarlet Witch. Her brain does not fire the electrical signals the rest of us do. Her brain actually runs off pure chaos, which is just wild to me. But that's enough praise for Jed MacKay today from me. It is upcoming author telling you to go pick up any of his titles, Moon Knight, X-Men, or The Avengers. Me personally, I would say go check out Moon Knight because it's been perfect literally from the beginning all the way up to where it's currently at right now. But I had to give some praise to him today because of his Avengers run, because Avengers is also a good time. But thank you for getting caught up with me on my favorite media. Do all the social media stuff so we can get these numbers up. And God saying the same, I will catch up with y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.